Welcome to Democratic Party Headquarters News.
A bystander shot this video on his cell phone of a mother dropping her baby girl from a burning apartment.
Okay, so I have a real problem with CBS News. These are like Faces of Death videos. They attract those kind of people. I do not ever watch them. There are tons of them from CBS News and CNN, and they're either feel good or feel bad videos. Sick people want to watch the sick things that go on in our community. So whether it's fires or people getting into a fight, or whatever. These are things that happen all the time. It's just apparently part of our culture. It's not necessarily part of being human. It's something that's developed out of our culture. And wanting to watch it. And CBS, they know that there's a demographic out there. Same kind of demographic who laugh every time you mention a bodily fluid. Like, this is really comedy. Shit, piss, cum, sweat, snot. I mean, there's just some sick group of people out there who think that by itself is funny. Puke. I mean, I'm not saying that there's no place but to use those kind of things to try to promote your ratings or whatever, and every little fire, every little violence, they're there to do it. And then there's the flip side. CBS is constantly promoting the police. So, I sometimes I'll see where they show the police beating somebody up that shouldn't be beaten up, or shooting people. But that's all part of this side of it, where they want to show violence and get people who are just wanting to see the violence. Police killed somebody, so they show it. Now, if they were showing that specifically to help the movement, to stop the cops from killing innocent people, unarmed people, what have you, that would be one thing. But they're trying to get that sick demographic, right? And then the rest of the time they're trying to promote the police, trying to say, well, look at all the good things they do. And again, I'll go back to what I've said many times, is it's not the good things you do in life, it's the bad things that count. Okay, now, for people out there who can't understand that, they want to say, well, the Nazis made the Volkswagen Beetle. No, man. Nobody gives a fuck, man. The Volkswagen Beetle would have been created anyway. I mean, there's any number of car companies that make tiny cars, tiny little economic cars, and the Beetle didn't start it. It's just been an idea in people's heads for as long as there's been cars. Oh well, a big car for big things, a little car for little things. So what? That's genius? You think that's genius? That somebody can figure out that there might be a use for a little car? Well, if you think that's genius, what about the bicycle? The bicycle is just a massively tiny idea of transportation. So it's not something new, it's not something that wouldn't come about on its own. And the fact that a cop does something good, I mean, we've got 1 million cops in this country. You think some of them aren't going to be nice once in a while? Come on, man. Give me a fucking break. And how does that count? How does that change the fact? It's just like I had this video on here where CBS shows this cop get out of his car and throw a football with a kid who's playing by himself. And everybody's supposed to go, oh, tugs on my heartstrings. And I was like, oh, okay, so Tamir Rice, Laquan McDonald, what's his name, Gray, who they choked to death. We're supposed to just forget all about all those things. Because some cop somewhere got out of his car and played with... No. And believe me, they're going to talk about cops here and try and make them out
to be okay. The fire broke out around 7 a.m. on the far east side of Dallas. Sergeant Mike Mata and 5 other officers raced to the scene. They happened to be seconds away.
Ooh, they raced to the scene. Isn't that their job? And are we supposed to be all excited about cops now because they raced to the scene of a fire? You know, I mean, that's their jobs, but so my point here is that this is sensationalism disguised as public interest. It's not working for me. CBS, you're not working for me. I don't even know why I keep you as a subscription anymore, I suppose, so that I can point out what idiots you are. You're like the melancholy version of Fox News. You're spreading bullshit your own way. And, you know, I'm just glad there's people like me out here to point it out. Because I don't see anybody else pointing it out. I don't see anybody else pointing out the subtleties of the capitalist system. The way they work through very subtle very deceptive means. They really do. It's hard to even get, right? There I am. For those of you who actually want to see me, I don't know why you want to see me, but that's me. I know all the other guys, they all put their faces on. I don't. Because I'm not what this is about. This is about you guys, actually.